I'm on the block, pull up, skirt, skirt. Where you at? Where you at? You a kid, bitch, I said you.
I want you to explain to me, because we use that word trap, right?
Yeah, you do
and
now.
We do. I'm keeping it real.
Yeah. And
a lot of times, New York, they be like, yo, we in the trap. But explain to people exactly what the trap, and also you have a trap museum. But let's talk about the trap.
Yeah, it's because a trap music museum, it celebrates the artists who are the most significant contributors to the culture. Artists, DJs, and producers who are the most significant contributors to the culture. Now, trap museum gonna celebrate drug dealers.
Okay, so I'm sorry, trap
You know what I mean?
music museum. I apologize. Is it possible for a New York or up top artist to be a trap artist?
It is.
All right.
I definitely think it is. I feel like artists like Casanova.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's trap music.
I think that's gun talk, but okay, we can.
Uncle Murder. I feel like that's trap music.
Okay.
Joel Santana. I feel like Dipset was trap music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that during that time, like I think that if you come from the culture, that lifestyle, all the things that come with that life, if your music is about that, that's trap music.
Do you feel like that was teaching the youth like it's cool to sell drugs?
It's teaching the youth that even if you have to go through these extremes, even if you are submerged in such an environment, that it's not over for you. You know what I'm saying? You can still, package your experiences and the things that you've overcame and set it to music and change the course of living for your family forever. You dig what I'm saying? Or you can, hustle up enough to open up a sneaker store, $2 billion business.
Hello,
you dig
clothing
what I'm saying?
too.
Kids who stand in line that buy it, hold it, and resell it.
Yes,
just the resale business is $2 billion.
There's a lot of resellers out there too. I
agree.
agree.
What I'm saying? So you ain't necessarily just got to settle for that. But how we celebrate our pain is our business.
Okay.
People who lived through that, who endured that, and who overcame that, like we reserve the right to celebrate it, to acknowledge it, and nobody else got no say in that. Just like if you're a Vietnam vet, you survived the Vietnam War where so many people around you didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? You were in situations and they could have got you killed, and it could have panned out a different way for you. So if you made it out of that and you survived that, you and the people that you went through the same thing that you went through, can't nobody tell y'all how to celebrate that pain. You know what I mean? That don't mean that you celebrating or promoting violence or killing or invading other less people who aren't strong as you, invading their territory and bullying them. Like that ain't what you celebrate. You celebrating the fact that you made it through these horrendous circumstances and you still standing, living here today to tell about it. And I think that's what trap music is.
This is album 10.
Yeah.
For younger artists, how do you get to album 10?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, you're gonna really, really, really want to focus hard on album number 2. You want to put all your artistry and all your efforts and energy into that, and then the results of that, you leverage that. You put everything you got into every album, and let the success of the last album just set you up for the next album.
You got a deal with Epic, and I was told that you had the deal a while ago. So it wasn't like something kind of new. It was like, I think it was with the Ain't About the Money with with Young Thug. That's where it started.
I have been in business with Sony before. Yes, I have.
Okay.
This is my first time as T.I., a solo artist, doing a deal with Epic. You know what I'm saying? I have utilized the services of Columbia before, but I have not utilized
with Epic. Okay.
Services.
Got you. Business-wise, in music business, for a new artist, is it better to do deals with majors, or is it better to stay independent?
Every artist's circumstances are different.
Well, what's the pros and cons of each way?
Well, if you want big marketing, you know, big radio promo, you know what I mean? You want to fly first class and live in fancy suites.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think you should go to a major. You know what I mean? If you worry about the image of being a big, flashy artist, then you go to a major. You got two options. You can get your money on the front end or you can get it on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Very rare do you see people do both.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you get artists who want to sign right now for $150,000, $200,000, man, usually, man, you're going to get all your publishing and all your royalties taken away from you, so you don't get no more money after that. So if that's what you want to do, you should go to a major.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really want to, like, invest and have the most ownership and the most equity as you can in your art, I think then you stay independent.
The grind is harder being independent.
It's just less glamorous.
Mm-hmm.
It's less glamorous. You know, when you catch a lick and the money start flowing, then it's gonna be gravy. It's gonna, you know, that's when. If you have a majority share of the profits and you sell 250, 350,000 albums, then that's, you know, you can start you writing your own checks at that point.
Do you think that's realistic being independent?
People do it every day. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's just about, if you want to ball now, if you trying to go buy you like a Bentley like now, today, then man, you ain't gonna be able to do that on like independent.
Gotcha.
Unless you got some outsourced funding.
Mm-hmm.
You did, but just straight up off an independent deal, you ain't gonna be able to do that right then, because they gonna put all the money into the product, into the project.
I like to teach some people. Could you explain publishing and the importance of publishing?
You know what I mean? If you write your own lyrics, you wrote the song that plays on the radio, you wrote the song that streams on Tidal or Spotify or YouTube or what have you, it's publishing that come from that. As a writer, you get paid. But sometimes you waive those rights when you accept big bags early on in your career.
Go right back to it, right?
So, you should be very, very leery of that. Anytime you hear somebody talk about publishing, you know, you should analyze that agreement as thoroughly as possible.
Mm-hmm. I had a conversation with a rapper from the 90s, and he told me that he did a publishing deal. I forgot who it was, but it was like 60 grand. And you understand? But you know, it was back in the days. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like now, I feel like, you know, yes, the money is
this
more.
This is a sad story.
The money is more now, but maybe, you know, 10 years from now, let's say you do a $10 million publishing deal, that $10 million may be the same as a 60 grand, you know, from...
I don't want to see it, because the same thing that worked for me, same way I played my cards, might not work for the next person. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know it all.
Got you.
You know, like
yeah, I mean, but people respect your mind.
Right,
you understand? So that's why I'm asking, because I think a lot of times, younger generation, they may feel like someone that's been there before them didn't reach out and teach them.
So many people expect instant gratification nowadays. You know what I'm saying? They want to see the results of their efforts right now. And that's just not really realistic most times. Most times, the things that you want that are worth having, it's gonna take some effort, energy, and consistent application in order to, you know, actually bring that into fruition. The cats who want it right now, then they go and do their publishing deal. They get a bag. They get a record deal. They get a bag. They buy a car. They get to looking like it. And if they lucky, then by the time they spend all their money, they got a song to catch. So now they doing shows. You know what I'm saying? And if they lucky, they find another way by the time that money run out to get some more money. And then if they lucky, you know what I'm saying?
Everything is if they lucky.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you got phases. Because when you get your first bag, you got about 3-4 months before that money run out. All right. And after that 3-4 months, you're going to need another influx for you to maintain that lifestyle you've created for yourself. Okay, so then another 3 months going to come. And you need some more. And you need some more. See, so now you kind of, you know, that's what we call down the rabbit hole. So now you're going to start being valued less and less and less, because you're going to find yourself in moments of desperation. where you have to get checks in because you've created this monster.
Sometimes I want to talk, because I mean, we could talk about, you know, the album, and we know the album is coming out.
Yeah, Damn Trap. All this knowledge shit is cool, but
I got you. Right?
It's really about the Damn Trap. Trap music, a cool 10 years in the game. You know, go pick you up some cool and hustle game. But the Damn Trap is what we hear.
Because you're talking about the clothing line also. Sure. So how important is that also?
These are the things that worked for me.
For you, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go and tell everybody, yeah, get a clothing line. And you got a bunch of whack-ass clothes out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Don't look to nobody else to find your way. So you got to have a vision for yourself. You got to know what you want. I knew I wanted a clothing line years before I had one.
Got you,
I knew I wanted to act years before I got, you know, an opportunity to be in a movie. So it's about what you see for yourself. You have to have a vision. You know what I'm saying? You have to have those things to keep you up at night, those ideas that you can't rest until you like flush out and actually see them put into forward motion. Like, you know, and those are the things that you're supposed to pursue. And I can't tell you what them things are. I could tell you what they were for me.
You. Got you.
You know what I mean? But I think everybody's job, man, everybody's mission in life is to find out what that thing is that keeps them up at night, that drives them to the point where they're so passionate that they do it for free and they stay up working and working and working at it until they become the best at it and they present it to the world and the money won't stop coming.
The best trap music artist ever?
I'm biased. I can't answer that.
And who would you say?
I mean, I'm gonna say myself.
Okay, cool. I know. So, listen, I just want to make sure.
I'm biased. I mean, but I'm not. I don't think I'm qualified to answer that.
Okay.
I have to recuse myself from this question.
Let's say the second best
of all time.
Yeah.
By what measure?
Impact.
Presently or at the time when they came out?
All time of all. Yo, you trying to dance. I'm from New York. You can't dance on me. Man, stop trying to dance.
First of all, let me straighten you out here, brother. I don't scratch when it don't itch. I don't laugh if it ain't funny.
Okay.
I don't dance if it ain't no music playing. You understand that? Make no mistakes about it, man. You know what I'm saying? 10 toes solid on this line right here. I'm going to stay pressing it. You understand?
Yes.
But I don't, it's hard for me to say. It's going to be between Jeezy and Gucci.
Okay.
And that's why I say I'm asking different things.
So it's a tie.
I feel like they both contribute, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're talking about like numbers and just like commercial success, then you go with Jeezy. And if you talk about like impact on the future of the culture, then I would say Gucci.
Gucci, okay.
Yeah.
I would consider them a tie. I like both of them too.
Right on.
Album number 10, man. Listen, first of all, even to get to 10 albums, I'm telling you, it's very hard. You know, being on this radio, I done seen a lot of people, you know, one and done.
Right on.
Sometimes two.
Church.
You know what I'm saying?
Church.
So, you know, salute to you.
Man.
And
salute to you, man. You doing your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Your artist album about to, you know what I'm saying? It's doing numbers as well.
Well, we try to make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. You know, trying is for people who expect to fail. You doing something.
Okay,
You dig what I'm saying?
Power 105.1, baby.
Damn Trap.
Gwinin, you heard?
Gwinin, you heard?